Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury is literally just 2 weeks away, and as we enter February very soon, we are probably going to get one of the biggest games of the year, as it is not just a port, but adding a brand new game mode with that as well. And I think almost everybody that are Nintendo fans are pretty daggone excited about this game. But of course, we have to look past this game, because just in 2 weeks, this game will be released and there will be absolutely nothing to look forward to for 2021 from Nintendo, as nothing else first party wise has been announced, and really everything else is just speculation at this point. But the question is, what's next? What's coming after Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury that can continue the hype for Nintendo? Well, before we get started today, if you guys tune into my videos and are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe down below. It's really simple, and lots of you guys might be unsubscribed that tune into my videos, so just go down real quick, everybody, and make sure that you're subbed to the channel. And also, I want to thank my channel members. Big thanks to Daniel Cassell, Peter Jansen, Ian Boast, Shadow, Vimo Goomba, Chungus Man, and of course, Pikachu Gotcha Party. Well, it's hard to predict what Nintendo's going to do in the future, and most of us probably know now that Nintendo is not going to go with a Nintendo Direct, so they're just going to release games on Twitter. But what games are going to come, and when are they going to talk about these things? Well, February is Mario 3D World month, and also Bravely Default 2. Plus, we know that there's going to be some type of Pokemon presentations or Pokemon Direct happening in February thanks to the leakers, but there's something else coming up very soon. Zelda's 35th anniversary. The actual date is February 21st, which is very soon, and that could very well show us a brand new slew of a whole bunch of Zelda games coming to the Nintendo Switch. We'll probably get some type of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask just ported to the Switch. We'll also probably get the big three coming, and that includes Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and of course, Skyward Sword. And even with all of that, they'll probably have a little bit of Easter eggs and secrets and stuff for you to play around with, and maybe some stuff that will be around until March 31st. But no, jokes aside, we probably will definitely get something related to the Breath of the Wild 2. Probably a trailer, some type of inside look, a scoop as to what it's going to be, and maybe even a release date or a release window. And I'm hoping that it's around the holiday season. It'll probably even come with that brand new rumored Switch Pro, and that could get shown off as well as soon as February. Something else that I can pretty much guarantee is still ready to go is the next Mario sports title. We've only gotten Mario Tennis Aces on the Nintendo Switch, and we're due for another sports title, and this has actually been heavily rumored as well. We don't know what sport though. They could just go again with golf, since we've got Mario Tennis on the 3DS and the Wii U. They gave us another one on the Switch. They might do the same thing with golf. I know a lot of people want the next Strikers game, or the next Mario Sluggers game would be great. Maybe even a Mario basketball game again would be great, but anything they do I think is going to be pretty exciting, as long as if it's not a sports mix game. If they just stick with one sport, expand the roster, make tons of different courts or fields, whatever you're playing, and just, it's going to be good. I'm sure it is. Just make it like the original. If it's soccer, make it like Strikers, you know, and I'm sure we're good to go. But that is probably going to be coming very soon. I mean, as in like February or March soon. Something else that I've been thinking a lot about is this next big Kirby game. Kirby just feels like a spring game every time, and I don't really know the history of the Kirby releases, but I felt like I've always gotten my Kirby games in the spring. And the next big Kirby game is apparently going to be the peak and pinnacle of the series, according to HAL Labs, the creators. And this could be very big, and I think lots of people are all expecting this to be the first real big 3D Kirby game. And I think that's going to be huge for the series and huge for the franchise. But when is this actually going to be announced, and when is it coming? I don't think this is going to be coming until May or April. I think around those times, that should be about enough time for the game to get released and revealed and all that stuff. But I think it could be revealed as early as March or even February. This would be a huge game for the spring. Obviously, probably not on line with some of the next big Mario or Zelda or even Animal Crossing was, but it still will be very huge to have a 3D kind of open experienced Kirby, and that's completely different for the franchise, and it could completely reinvent it and create something amazing. So I can't wait to see exactly what this Kirby is going to have in store, but I do think it's happening sooner than later. Another thing we have to keep an eye on is DLC, and there's two games that come to mind. Obviously, the first one is Smash Brothers. We just got Sephiroth in December, which probably means we're about 2 or 3 months away from the next one. Well, from December we were, which means we went through January, and February we could technically get something at the end of February, but probably not an announcement until around March for the next fighter, and probably releasing in March. If it does get announced in February, he or she probably won't launch until March. But I am excited to see what this next character is going to be. There's only 3 slots left, so if we're getting down to the wire, guys. We're getting down to the wire. And it's going to be really exciting to see who they choose this time around, and if they choose another big character to blow up the internet. But that is also probably coming a lot more sooner than later. And this one could have went in the category of Zelda's 35th anniversary, but I'm talking about Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. There is some potential for DLC in the game if you've played it and you understand what I'm talking about. And I am going to talk about it for a quick second, so if you don't want spoiler about what I'm going to say these characters could be and what this additional DLC could be for the game, please go ahead and skip to the time on the screen shown. Thank you guys. But if you guys are still here, so what we're talking about is there are playable characters, or at least characters in the game that are not playable at the moment, which are weird because they have whole movesets, and there's also in-game dialogue for them to call other players as if you're switching to them. And those 4 characters are Robbie, Purah, Suga, and Aster. Unfortunately, you can't play with them in the game, and it'll be a cool addition to add them as an update or DLC, and maybe even some more characters that we're not even thinking about. Maybe somebody like Kaz with his accordion, I don't know, but I'm sure they could pull from other franchises as well. At this point, who cares? It's just a Warriors game, everything's mixed up, and it's kind of not literally going around the same story of Breath of the Wild, it's an alternate path. So anything can go, but I could see that happening very soon as well, and actually announced and talked about within that Zelda presentation, or that Zelda 35th Direct, whatever they decide to do. But I'm really excited to see what's to come. I think that pretty much sums everything that could be coming very soon. If there's anything else, it'd be smaller games, maybe like another Rhythm Heaven would be great, or a WarioWare game. We haven't had Wario really on the Switch at all, so that would be great to have. But maybe another port or something that we're not thinking about. I don't know. I think we've kind of ran through every single port besides like Star Fox Zero at this point. So I think Nintendo's covered them all. So it's time for some new things to start dropping soon. And I'm sure we'll start getting some announcements very soon. But what do you guys think is coming right after Mario 3D World? Do you think a big game is around the corner? Or do you think we're going to get some smaller titles to push us until the summer? What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed. It helps out more than you know. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and like always, I will see you all on the next one. See you guys.